Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, and therefore it is Thursday coaching. And it's quite a special Thursday. I have had, I'm sorry, I know I have gone on about this, but I've had a pretty wonderful August. I've had a pretty magical summer. Nonetheless, and actually a big part of that has actually been having the time to hang around with my kids in a slightly slightly less stressed way. But there have been some things on hold while the kids are off. I have been to the gym once in 5 weeks. Normally, I go to the gym 5 times in 1 week. I have inverted that particular ratio. I have, not done a whole bunch of other things that I normally do, and they're normally part of my routine. So, whilst I am sad that the August has come to an end, that autumn is hoving into view in the next couple of weeks, and that I will get to spend less time with my kids. I am also not entirely sad that they are going back to school next week. Let me know. Are you excited that your kids are going back to school if you have them? Are you sad? Are you a mixture? Are you are you that mixture, that parental mixture of guilt and glee? Give me a hello in the comments. Let me know who is watching. Give me a hashtag replay if you are watching on the replay. I can see people joining. I would love to know who's here. Please do say hello in the comments and click that link above so Facebook will let StreamYard see who you are. Now, today, I have a truth bomb for you. I hope you are listening. I met a friend last night for dinner. A really, really lovely friend, Claire. Definitely a mixture of guilt and glee. I mean, I will say parenting is a lot of guilt and pain, and some moments of glee and fun mixed in, Claire. But I am with you there. So I met a friend last night for dinner, and this friend he's always been a joy to be with, but he is on a different plane at the moment. He has discovered his purpose in life, and he is absolutely zinging. Absolutely. He is this kind of incredible mixture of utter zen, of the utter stillness of a totally still lake, because he just knows what he is here to do. And then the fizzing energy of someone who is so absolutely fired up to spread their purpose into the world. And his purpose, it is very clear. He is very clear on this. His purpose is to tell you that you are amazing, is to convey to you in any way he knows how, on a one-to-one basis or however, that you are utterly amazing. And he does not stop. Whenever I see him, he tells me just how amazing he finds me. He does it both by saying, I think you're amazing, but also sometimes then by telling me what it is about me that he thinks I'm amazing, and by holding up to me a mirror for the things I can't see, about my impact on the people I'm around, about how I tread on the world, all that kind of stuff. And he does it all the time to everyone, and it is such a beautiful thing. And I had a realization as I sat listening to him. Now, it's not all he talks about. Let's be clear, that might get old. But that energy of you are amazing, and there is no artifice in here. There is no, I'm gonna use an expression that I'm not going to use. There's no, I'm going to tell you something I don't believe to make you feel good. This is actually not particularly about making you feel good. This for him is just about a basic truth, that every single human being is utterly, utterly amazing. And that when you come at life prepared to look for the evidence of someone's amazingness and to see it and to embrace it and to celebrate it and to wallow in the utter joy of it, then, and here's the truth bomb, and one of many, but here's the first one. What that does is that might or might not change someone. That might or might not land with that other person. They might or might not be able to enjoy that, to understand that, to believe that, to see the truth in that. But his life, oh my goodness, his life is this overflowing cup of joy, because he gets to experience life from the perspective of all of the goodness in the world. He gets to see every single person in the brightest, most beautiful light. He gets to choose, and it is a choice, to believe that human beings are fundamentally good, are fundamentally beautiful, are fundamentally amazing, and he gets to celebrate that. Now, the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful side benefit is it's very, very hard to be on the end of that and not feel that joy, that wonder, both in generality, but also about yourself, because he has such enthusiasm for this. He believes it so wholeheartedly, and he believes it's his mission to convey that being on the end of that love is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And he's very good at it. He's very good at really telling you why you're amazing. Now, we are amazing in lots and lots and lots of different ways. The fact that, imagine how many biological, chemical, physical things are going on at any time for our bodies to work as they do. That is extraordinary. Our brains. I was having a WhatsApp conversation with my dad and my 4 siblings, to count them quickly then, my 4 siblings earlier on, about our memories of the past. It started slightly weirdly with memories of September the 11th, went through a chain of all the different other horrific incidents we remember, but then we very consciously went on to, well, let's remember some of the good stuff. The fact that our brains can remember in detail like that where we were in the past, don't get me started on the past not existing, but the fact that our brains can recreate that, can recreate the feelings of that our hearts pump, that our lungs breathe, all of that is utterly incredible. Before you even get to the things that make us utterly unique, the utter wonder of us as a physical, animal, human collection of cells that does exceptional things. And if you have a story about your body not working or your mind not working as it should, then that's incredible. How incredible is that? That there's this perceived right order of things, and you, in all your uniqueness, don't even do it that way. You do it a different way. But so even from that starting point of wow, even from that starting point of utter wonder, that we wake up in the morning, that we swing our legs out of bed, that we walk to the bathroom, that we brush our teeth, that we have fingernails, that our heart beat, that we draw breath, that we can think of the past and the future, we can get really present, we can smell, we can touch, we can see the color of the sky, we can see color, we can see the billion different shades of color all around us, we can feel texture. That wonder is amazing. Before you even start on the wonder of you, on the utter wonder of you, on the way that your presence in the world changes the world. And for most of us, when I say that, there's a whole list of, well, maybe not me, what about this bad thing? Even as I said it, into my head came a list of all the ways in which I changed the world, for the times I shout at my kids, the times I'm grumpy, the times, the wonder of you, of how you show up. If you don't believe me, choose someone that you trust, choose someone that knows you well, choose someone who is kind, and go and ask them to set aside any awkwardness, and tell you what is wonderful about you. You might give them some time to think about that. Don't put them on the spot. But find someone who believes in the wonder of you. There is someone out there for all of us. In fact, there's many, many people out there for all of us if we just allow ourselves to believe that, and get them to tell what is wonderful. One of the things I love, I absolutely adore, that washes me over with joy all the time of working with clients, whether it's in my group program or one-to-one, is I get to see the wonder of people. I get to experience what is so special about them. And to a person they don't know, they have an inkling, they have some ideas, they've been told, but when you just sit in front of someone and look and really see and really are able to appreciate the amazingness of someone, and when you have the privilege of sharing that with them, that is joy. Now, as I said before, the joy in that is the sharing. They may not believe it. I think it's very hard actually to really convey that to people without it having some impact. They might have some resistance to it. They might have a story about themselves that they are not worthy of that kind of adulation. They are not. What's the thought that goes through our head? Oh, but you think that, but you don't know. You don't know how dark, dirty, unpleasant it is in my head. You don't know the thoughts that I have. You don't know the this, you don't know the that. The reality is it doesn't matter what you're thinking. If someone else experiences you as joyful, as amazing, if your very presence improves someone's life, if your existence in the world makes me feel joyful, it doesn't matter what's in your head. Does not matter. Does not matter which thoughts pop unbidden into your mind. You are still changing the world for the better. When I talk about relationships, I talk about we have a manual for our partners and for our friends and for our children of how they should live their lives. We have this unspoken, often very unconscious manual for ourselves, even for ourselves, of how other people should behave. If I am to love them, then they must do this, they must do this, they must do this, they must do this, they mustn't do this. They must make me feel this way, they must treat me this way. A whole long list of all the conditions. In fact, throw away the manual. They're going to live their life as they're going to. You cannot change that. What's their one job? Their one job is just to be loved by you. Imagine how much simpler the world would be if we just threw away our manual. If we recognized you're going to live your life, I'm going to let go of that and let you live it as you want. Your one job is to be loved by me. Imagine if our approach to life was simply to see the joy, the wonder, the amazingness in other human beings and just to love them, even the difficult ones, even the Donald Trumps of this world, even the people that do the things that are horrific. What if our job is just to find the humanity in all of those people and to love them? Not because loving them does anything to them, although it might, but because when we make a commitment to find the good in other people and to love them, two things happen. One, the world gets a much safer, happier place. The world is simply our conception of it. If you believe the world is dangerous, risky, evil, that's how the world will be. If you believe it's good, that's then how your world is. But secondly, and here is the rub, when you consciously go out and look really hard for all the good in every human being. When you see the wonder of them, when you train your brain to see that they are incredible, they are amazing. When you start with humanity, what that does is it opens the door for you doing the same with yourself. You cannot believe that every person in the world is amazing, that every person is a wonder and a joy, and that you are some magical unicorn who is dirty, stupid, all those things. When you open the door of your brain to seeing the world in this way, the wonder, the beauty, the love, just the sheer incredibleness of all the humans, then the oneness of that applies to you as well. Then you can forgive yourself for all the things. If you can forgive other people, if you can forgive your parents for whatever they've done, if you can forgive your children for whatever they do, if you can forgive your partner, those friends from school, if you can forgive them because they're just human beings doing the best they can, and their best might be far from how you would want them to live their life. But if you recognize that they are perfect in their imperfection, then you're going to be able to forgive yourself for all your imperfections. No one knows your imperfections better than you. Most of them are made up. There's a very long list in all of our heads of all the ways we're imperfect. Most of them are utterly made up. Most of the rest of them are utterly irrelevant. But when you're able to just see the wonder of other people, so you can set yourself free to really see the wonder of you. And that is when life changes. When you can see the wonder of yourself, you can do anything. You can do anything. Byron Katie says we can be anything we want as long as we're prepared to hear no 1,000 times. It's very hard to hear no 1,000 times if you don't think that you are a wonderful human being. If you think you are a broken, imperfect, damaged, stupid, dirty, ugly human being, it is very hard to hear no 1,000 times. When you know that you, like everyone, is utterly extraordinary, when you're utterly clear that you're extraordinary, then you can do anything. Because you can go out, you can hear no, and that's nothing to do with you. That's to do with someone else. And you can put your wonder and your light out into the world. And Claire, on the list of my gratitudes every morning are all of the exceptional friends I have. Surround yourself by incredible people like that. I am so fortunate for this friend in my life, both for the impact he has on me, but for the example he gives to me of how to live your life. He's in a fantastic place, and he recognizes he might not be in that place in the future. He's going to make the most of it while he can. And he said to me last night, he said, look, I am in the most wonderful place in my life and I still have bad days. But when I have a bad day, when things don't go right, to what impact? I know that life is fundamentally good. I know that I'm fundamentally good. I know that the world is fundamentally good and everyone in it. Therefore, something goes wrong, to what impact? Here's the truth bomb. You are utterly amazing. You can look for the evidence of that, or you can just breathe it in and know it. I'm telling you right now, you are utterly amazing. The world is a better place for you being in it. Have a beautiful day. Try out how it feels to just reflect to people how amazing they are. Try out how much your life can improve when your job is simply to convey to people how wonderful they are. Try out how much you can understand how wonderful you are by seeing the wonder in every single one of the human beings. Have a beautiful day. I hope you enjoy this. If this is the last Thursday of your summer holidays, I hope you enjoy it. And I shall see you soon. You are my friend. beautifully, incredibly, utterly, and always 100% amazing with a lot of love.